Hello and welcome back to the week of December 4th's Wrestling in Mom's Basement episode. I, of course, am Patrick Young. This guy to my right just messed up the last time we tried to do this one. Joe Venuto.
Thank you, Pat.
Yes. I'll save the check the list thrice for later. We're on the Christmas season. I'm pretty sure I can hold off on it.
This is our World Smackdown Live NXT 205 Live reviews for the week of December 4th.
Yeah, I'll move the camera over. So everyone can see your beautiful face.
Life partners.
You can take your hand off my name.
Sorry, I was posing just in case any agents were watching.
Yes.
Or my mom for our cover photo. That's what we need to call them. Seriously, we do. Actually, we need a new profile picture. The blood rivalry between your college champion Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe and Golf. The Red Brand Monday night and led to an explosive episode of WWE Raw. Joe wasted a little time issuing challenge to Reigns for a match, only to be overlooked in favor of Jason Jordan, who has successfully bowed the big gold and a nice over. The Samoa Submission Machine will vow to put Reigns down later tonight, but instead, closest rival Shields partner Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins opportunity to capture the World Title Championship. That program was not the only one at the forefront of the show, as Absolution continued to target the women's division. Not only attacking Stop Smash, but Sanders Slace on Alicia Fox as well. Then there was Braun Strowman, who obliterated Elias, and then found out he would be Kane in 7 days. And much anticipated Sogan. Sprinkled some cruiserweight action. Finn Balor and Asuka and Yama shows both effective and friendly stories and laying the foundation for the show as 2018 girls do. We can bring a little bit of a Roman Reigns promo. World General Manager Kurt Angle kicked off the show, right to announce the Superstar Challenge Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship this week. Before he can officially announce the opponent, Jason Jordan, the ring, also trying to persuade his round choosing him for another shot at gold. Greeted by larger than reaction, Jordan told his on-screen father that he was already assembled to the plate and challenged Reigns. This brought the big doll to a surprisingly mixed ovation. Him and Jordan exchanged some barbs before an unprecedented John in the fray. Before Joe could follow on threat Reigns to revoke his open challenge, Jordan attacked Reigns, dropped him on his head. A furious Reigns demanded a match with Jordan's side. Jordan's constant quest to prove his worth to his father was at the forefront here, but the fans just didn't hear about him. So the interactions with Reigns and the interjection of Samoa Joe into the equation and tease of his involvement in the match later in the night was a short clip that showed some viewers who want to know what they can expect on the Boss Man Reigns versus Joe Vendetta. Not perfect, but a solid enough segment to keep fans interested in what was coming next one night when there was a popular team playing football in Pittsburgh Steelers. So.
I actually really did like this promo. I would actually say maybe a little higher than what you thought. It sets up Jason Jordan pretty nicely for just being a snot-nosed brat, son of the GM, which acts like for the rest of the night. Roman, I thought did good work saying to pretty much get on my way. I want Samoa Joe. And then Samoa Joe was pretty much willing to fight anybody in the ring. So I thought it was pretty strong. I actually thought Jordan did well enough. If he is like I think he is, he's on that road for the heel turn. I think it sets it up nicely.
Up next, which was one match of the week on main roster TV.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental Championship match between Roman Reigns versus Jason Jordan. Mm-hmm. The Intercontinental Champion controlled the majority about earlier. A woman, the lesser experienced championship compared to Jordan. Jordan lost himself into Reigns, delivering several corner shots to stand until it had a commercial break. The challenge to work the arm of his opponent, but Reigns resilient falls away on the armbar, delivering a big head up. Jordan scored near full roll up, and Reigns answered with a 2 count of his own following the Superman punch. The former collegiate wrestler delivered 2 straight suplexes, but Reigns recovered and delivered no Superman punch and spear for the win. After the match, Samoa Joe appeared and suggested Reigns was tired. He attempted to attack him, but Reigns cleared him in the ring with a Superman punch. The heel of it, actually, Jordan cleared Samoa Joe in the ring with a backdrop off of Reigns, and then Roman cleared Jordan on the ring with a Superman punch. The heel vowed to pose newfound rival with sleep later in the night. The problem with Jordan's presentation is not that ring performers out last year. He's been capable of delivering matches of this quality since his singles push. It was unfortunate not issues though. Superstar demonstrating his ability to shine under bright lights, but continuing to lack the character, development, personality, and to connect with the audiences. The one-dimensional little Jimmy still current angles on giving the women with the universe in the little world, regardless of how many strong running efforts
Yeah.
he does produce. The continued developments between Bay and Shell Reigns once again served as a strong hook.
Yeah, I thought the match was really good. I'll probably agree with you there that it's probably my favorite main roster match of the week. Again, Jordan showed off how athletic he was and how good he can be in the ring. But again, I agree with Joe that his weakness has never been his in-ring stuff. It's his character and how he delivers his promos.
Up next, Sasha Banks versus Paige. Royals Women's Champion Alexa Bliss sat in commentary while Mickey James and Bayley, accompanying Sasha Banks, hoping to keep potential interference from Sonya Deville and Hungry Oz at a minute and Mother Bliss about Paige.
She feels the magic between her and I.
The anti-diva grounded the first. I'm not sure Paige is the anti-diva anymore. She's the number diva stuff. Just one more put here. The anti-diva grounded the first Banks, trapping her in front face lock on the break. She continued to target the head and neck of her opponent. A quick roll-up attempt by Banks was answered with a big kick from Paige. A boot to the charge's second generation competitor fueled Banks' comeback though. Banks with the fight to the ropes, attempting a suplex. Paige countered with a sunset flip powerbomb for a near full. Paige found herself trapped in a Banks statement late, but was able to get her full on the rope, forcing a break as Deville and Ice attempted to check on her. Bayley and James entered the picture and a brawl between the four competitors broke out. The distraction allowed Paige to deliver a big kick into Rampage for a pinfall victory. Ended as Deville and Eyes attacked Banks, and the three members of Absolution stood tall to close out the segment.
So you're just going to keep on Mandy Eyes or
Hungry Eyes? Mandy's Hungry and Eyes are Rose are Eyes. Where are I took Mandy or Rose? Yes. Paige looked strong. Paige looked good in the ring. She didn't look like she had much more else. Spice Sunset flip out on slip. With Sasha, I think, might broken her neck one.
Yeah.
The match itself probably wasn't the best they could do. It was still a very good match. Probably wasn't the best they could do, though, considering given the quality workers they are. But this is more about the continuing establishment of Absolution as the lead heel faction of the Royal Women's Division. Paige capitalized on the distraction allows Banks to maintain the credibility and creates the aura of invincibility for Absolution as it continues to build its connection with the fans. It was a quality segment, even if there is probably a better match to be had, I feel, between Sasha and Paige.
I agree. There is probably a better match to be had between these two. Yeah, I thought the match was really good, though. It started off pretty slow.
Yeah, it was kind of awkward, I thought, because Sasha was working heel, and Paige was working face before the match.
Yeah.
The second half, yeah.
However, by the end of it, did pick up a good bit, and was a decent match. But yeah, I have no complaints. The right person, I thought, went over, and Absolution still looks like a strong group.
Up next, fatal four-way match to find out to determine face versus one. This upcoming on the roll. Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali versus Drew Gulak versus Tony Nese. A week later, Respawn won fatal four-way match to advance to next week's. Then this one is not one contender match. Cedric Alexander, Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, Mustafa Ali battled the right to meet the former cruiserweight champion. Gulak and Nese felt the pressure along to the pregame speech from current champion Enzo Amore, but found themselves at odds with each other, allowing Ali to deliver a high cross by for a near full. Enter break to action broke down. Alexander and Mustafa engaged in exchanges, so them knock each other out. The former landed on top of the ladder. Nese made last catch effort to bring up the pin. Same after heels. Ali delivered a big Spanish fly to Alexander, and Gulak saved the match with a jaw breaker. And learning where Gulak delivered Nese to Alexander and scored the upset victory. The match was the entertaining fast-paced bout everyone expected, with an interesting winner. Gulak has low-key become one of the most entertaining superstars on the roster. His work as a heel, anti-high flyers, and nothing short of spectacular, so Book of the Door was a smart move and worthwhile reward. Warriors actually stands a chance to beat Swan and challenge more remains to be seen, but for now, it's nice to see Gulak enjoy a big win and Andrew's work in recent months.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if they would do Gulak versus Enzo. Just because it's Enzo in the ring and not on Gulak whatsoever, the feuds will be pretty entertaining, but as soon as he gets in the ring...
Yeah.
I'm not saying Gulak's a terrible in-ring worker, it's just... I don't think he has the right style that would help Enzo.
Yeah.
essentially. I do have a bone to pick with you. One of your statements was it was the fast-paced bout everyone expected from the cruiserweights.
Yes.
In 2017.
Yes.
Nobody expects fast-paced action.
Fast-paced.
It was, yes. This is the cruiserweights we should be seeing each week.
Well, we are last week.
Yes. They finally had something to fight for as a division.
Right.
So, they're finally giving mistakes, and it's not just, two at a time arguing over the purple belt. So, it's a much nicer and fresher feeling for cruiserweights.
Up next, Braun Strowman destroys Elias. Elias made a mistake of angering Royal Joe Manager Kurt Angle during a segment on the show.
He called Jordan a bastard.
As he took to the ring for a special concert for fans of Los Angeles, he was unfortunately greeted by the presence of Braun Strowman. The Monster Man obliterated Elias to deliver a big power slam head to ringside where he destroyed the ring steps. Before he could do any more damage, Kane's music played and the big red monster appeared on the video screen. Kane announced the long-away match between the two superstars for this Monday. For this Monday on Raw, with her Valor and only one monster will emerge. It could be argued that Elias should be protected, but if someone wants to demolish people that the booking can be forgiven. The announcement Strowman Kane is the culmination of a month of booking as a compass role. The match itself may not be pretty, but I should be at least interested about heavyweights. If nothing else, as long as Strowman goes over and continues to build on the momentum that he's enjoyed throughout 2017, all will do well.
Yeah, I think the formula for anything Strowman is he destroys stuff. He flips over ambulances, throws Roman Reigns off of a platform. He throws Big Show through the cage. He power slams Kane through the ring. He starts destroying stuff. It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not exactly the worst thing in the world just to see him come out and destroy somebody. Elias isn't really doing much anyway of note. So why not get some heat for Braun Strowman as the face?
Up next, Asuka versus Alicia Fox. The competition continuing to increase for Asuka, who battled her starters Cap and Alicia Fox in singles actually. Fox got a few shots on Asuka, but then versus tomorrow to trap her or more for a special win. After the match, Absolution made her way ring. Paige addressed Fox, calling her best friend. Sonya Deville and Hungry Eyes attacked her and left her line to close out the segment. Another victim of the night. The respect shown by Asuka by Absolution is an excellent bit of booking by Dudley Crave that protects the destructive war of the Empress of Tomorrow. See, she didn't run away.
Like you said last week.
I don't let you know, Mike. Attacking Fox, someone Paige considers a close friend, demonstrates how unforgiving and unrelenting the trio is. Actually, this outfit is the best they did book out Absolution this week.
Yeah.
It also puts no comparable to Absolution the word for women's division dominance.
Yeah. The match is fine. Asuka Alicia did get some offense in on her.
More than Dana.
I wonder if they'll continue the trend of next week they'll do Asuka and Alicia again.
What, real quick?
Yeah.
Asuka won from her.
And Alicia just cuts like an insane promo.
Right.
Which she typically does. Walks in the ring and Asuka just arm bars.
Yeah, Asuka learns from her mistakes.
Yeah. But yeah. It's interesting to see what Absolution and Asuka do. It seems to be more of a mutual respect thing, like I said last week.
Yeah, and I love how I just thought
not
of it.
running away.
I thought of it on Tuesday when I took this up. I was like, it's mutual respect.
We were like, why would Asuka leave the ring? Because what was she gonna do? Stand there with hungry eyes?
Did it like on Tuesday. I thought of it when I was typing up. I was like, it's respect. I don't know where I got the idea from. In my head.
Although speaking of hungry eyes, she actually didn't have that much of eye fucking everybody she saw. So.
Oh, does she
got better with her facial.
Does she have a problem with destructive chicks?
No, she did it last week with Asuka.
Does she have a problem with skinny woman like Alicia? Friend of the show, by the way.
Skinny woman like Alicia.
Does she have a problem with them?
Maybe, I don't know.
Friend of the show. Alicia, not Hungry Eyes. I don't want the Hungry Eyes around me.
But yeah, for the first 2 weeks, It looked like she was about to try to sleep with that everyone she
I think
saw.
she has whiplash now because her neck keeps on moving. Her head like just moves. I don't know who she's staring at.
And she is actually, in fact, not one of the bisexual or the lesbian of the group.
Oh shit! Paige is bisexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paige and AJ Lee have everything.
It wasn't AJ.
Billy.
No, I don't think it was anybody in WWE.
Summer Rae.
I don't know.
If you remember how. Moving on. Finn Balor versus Bo Dallas. And first occurs Axel. Still in that brace allowed Bo Dallas to seize control as Finn Balor showdown between former NXT champions. The third generation star surprisingly controlled the majority match. Told trash as he ferociously playing fixer midsection of his opponent. Balor built momentum for himself though, fighting back into the match with a sling blade and a corner dropkick. The coup de grace finished Dallas off as Balor picked up a mushy win. WWE's creative use of Finn Balor has been the biggest travesty of the second half of 2017. How the company can continue to justify throwing him in useless matches against the likes of Dallas when he should be fighting for top titles against Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Seth John, Brock Lesnar is a mystery only the crack creative staff can answer for.
It's because he's not over.
This was fun for what it was, and hardly something anyone will remember beyond the next segment.
Yeah, I already forgot about it. I actually forgot it happened until you read the match. I was like, oh yeah, Finn Balor actually was on Raw this week. Yeah, I pretty much forgot it already happened, to be honest.
In the main event, World Tag Team Championship match, The Shield versus The Bar. We kind of went in depth with the Matt Harden Burt Wise stuff, so.
Yeah.
I know we were going to talk about in the news, so I never really put it with that.
Yeah.
The World Tag Championship were up for grabs on night, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose.
Yes. Although I'll say, it did work. Yeah, it was genius.
Yeah.
I even like how they switched between the two,
where
it could get annoying in parts, but it was just still awesome.
Right.
If done wrong, it could have been really annoying.
Just to clarify, I didn't
really
pay attention to what Bryce said.
Yeah. It was just he switched the mat, and I was like, yeah.
So to put it this, it was the best Bryce promo I heard in a while.
Yes. And I think Bryce started laughing, and then so did Matt.
Seth and D sought to regain the goal for Shane Cesaro, less than 1 month of drama until some bar. Ambrose found some of the Mercy heels isolated from Rollins, beat down from the majority belt. A hot time of Rollins late though, let the action break down and increase in the drama surrounding the belt. The Kingslayer escaped the attempt to neutralize Cesaro, who doesn't seem to hit anymore. And it was a route to victory by when Sheamus in the ring attacked despite the warning referee gave way to a disqualification finish. Kurt Angle appeared, announcing the return of the match under no disqualification rules. Rollins and Ambrose dove for the ropes, wiping their opponents out, and began on assault and stole them within seconds of winning the title. Samoa Joe the ring attacked Ambrose and Rollins. This drew out Reigns, who sent Joe packing, but was a bro kick from Sheamus to Ambrose to secure the championship victory. These two teams are capable of having a bad match. For 3/4 of the way for Money's name, know exactly what we were expecting from Tom Ball. The interjection on Joe to screw finish and the restart maybe hurt the flow a little bit. And led to overbooked mess late, which some will think.
Yeah.
With that said, it was still quality capper show was consistently entertaining throughout. The real question now is whether or not Sheamus and Cesaro will continue to rivalry with the Shield, or they move on to a different team. For the sake of preventing fatigue, hopefully the latter is the case.
Before the two endings, I probably would have said this would have been match of the week. I thought there was a lot of great action in there that would make it better than Roman and Jordan. However, I thought the endings did hurt for me a lot. It was just the DQ and then Angle walking out. Oh, restart the match.
Did you say that and it reminded you of the ITR? On Monday night, you said that.
Well, I'm allowed to change my mind. Yeah, you use that on me.
Yeah, well, mine's just different. Oscar ran away last week. This week it was respect.
And the attitude ended up having some overbooked moments. And like this.
Yeah, on Monday night, the exact words were, this reminds me of that ITR. And Bill Mike, I answered it. You said yes.
Alright, well, anyway, I now think it was overbooked. Thank you. I think it was fine. I think it was overbooked, and I'm generally not a fan of restarting the match after a GM comes out.
Oh, that one I agree with.
Yeah, that one I don't like. You can have Roman come in, you can have Samoa Joe come in. I just don't like the fact that he just ended up making it a no DQ match just right after the ending. I usually hate those, and I did this time. Joe and Roman interfering, I didn't mind as much. I thought Roman probably should come out if Stephanie didn't get in trouble like that. Joe came out and then Roman came out because of Joe. Right? I'm getting that one right. So yeah, it did call for Roman to come out, and Joe just wanted to destroy everything that has anything to do with him. So I thought that made sense, but I just didn't like that initial thing of the no DQ being added by Angle in the match.
I hate when it happens to except for one eight. It happens with AJ and Roman. Like it happened payback in 2016.
Yeah.
I hate those two.
Yeah.
WWE Smackdown spent the night tweaking, bolstering, and tinkering with the Clash of the Champions lineup. The brand made a number of big moves regarding pay-per-view on December 17th on the shorts of San Diego. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are now on the card. They will square off against Randy Orton and any partner he chooses. Rusev and A. English earned their way into a title match at pay-per-view. The Rise Squad hosts recession of Blue Brand's woman division will encircle ring as Lumberjacks on Charlotte Flair versus Natalia. Tuesday showed in over many great matches. Three particular good ones I'm often really great.
It wasn't anything blindingly spectacular. No.
But it was a night filled with consequential moments. SmackDown left its audience with plenty told about and reshape the Clash of Champions in that third match. Count on Sami Zayn kicked off SmackDown. Owens claimed he was the victim of a conspiracy perpetrated by their fans. He and Zayn recalled a history of Zayn's family feud with the wrestlers. KO then bragged about beating Orton last week. And after Zayn explained a loophole he exploited during Owens versus Orton, the Viper attacked Prize Fighter. Shane Man stepped out to announce Zayn and Owens would face Orton and partner of his choosing in Clash of Champions. The commissioner also booked a Zayn versus Orton match at a later night where Owens will be handcuffed to the ring. I personally, it's probably not a majority here. I'm probably the minority. The other segment that kind of dragged it for me was just Owens and Sammy, just because Sammy's heel act is fun.
Yeah.
But explain the definition of ringside. Is what that is far from the best way to shut it off. Owens' paranoid delusions have become repetitive a little bit with Shane. I think they should find a way to mix them up, how he makes his points. Like, for instance, talking about paranoid delusions and Owens. I like, something like, not that Owens has to do this, but like, what if he was having paranoid delusions in WCW for circuit to Washington in 1990? That's for example, like something different.
Yeah.
It's okay for them to have paranoid delusions, but they're kind of being repetitive the way they're just happening in the ring. But I did like the RKMs.
Yeah, funny enough, I sort of felt the same way about it. There was a part that I felt drugged. However, I thought it was before Sammy actually got out of the ring and started explaining what the ringside was. I thought...
Oh, you thought it was more so Owens?
Yeah, I thought it was more so Owens saying the same old things he's been saying about Shane for weeks and weeks and weeks. But it didn't really add anything new. We sort of already know that him and Shane have problems. Shane wants to fire him. We already know all that stuff. It didn't add anything new. I thought Sammy, like, doing his, I'm trying to find a better word here. Just these, like, over-dramatic things that he would do, like, try to point out the ringside. I actually do like all that stuff. I even like his entrance, which is a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But I didn't have much as a problem with Sammy as I had with Owens, because it didn't really add much new.
I had a problem with Sammy because I had a problem with they thought explaining what a ringside was. That's a hot opener.
Well,
or is RKO say the segment? As Sammy's overzealous actors.
Yeah.
Say over the top actors.
Yeah.
Up first, the New Day versus Rusev and Aiden English. Aiden English signed the 12 days of Rusev. And on the second day, we got a Happy Rusev Day shirt.
Yeah.
The New Day interrupted before it could finish, however. Those heels. After struggling with Big E, the crew found himself getting knocked around by the powerhouse of Kofi Kingston. The heels eventually took over, slowing down the bout, and punished Kingston. A flurry for Big E wasn't enough to change the New Day's fortunes. Kingston took a tumble to the top rope, and super kicked them out. Rusev pinned him to sport upset. WWE later announced that Rusev and English would now be part of the Clash of Champions tag title.
It was a Rusev Day miracle.
I would have very good. There was fun stuff all around from the heels. English and Rusev were growing into quite the entertaining here. And Whittaker against World Champs has them looking dangerous. The New Day will now be heading to Clash of Champions and winning herself down. It'll be wise day to put out heading to the match of the night at the pay-per-view. I'm predicting which has the Usos and the New Day and NXT changes are. I'm on Smackdown tag title match still for show.
If I said it to Joe once, I've said it 1,000 times. Out of Lana and Rusev, Rusev is the catch. Especially if you watch Total Divas, because Lana can come off as extremely annoying and her voice is sort of grating, almost. And Rusev is just a really friggin' likable guy.
Friend of the show, Lana.
Friend of the show, Lana, yes.
Anybody who we met is a friend of the show. They just don't know it.
Even after we told you, you're still a friend of the show.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we may not meet them no more. So.
Yeah. Rusev is just a likable guy, and all this Rusev stuff is starting to gain traction. And we're gonna get to see more Rusev. We get to see Rusev on pay-per-view. Yes, 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 yes. And to finish my statement off, happy Rusev Day.
I don't normally talk about backstage segments, but these two need to be touched on.
Yes.
For two opposite reasons. Surprisingly, the one that I thought was actually good. It doesn't involve somebody you wouldn't think I would think was good.
We'll just say Mojo.
Yeah. We have Daniel Bryan changing the women's title match, which I found that, and the Mojo Rawley promo. In one segment, Mojo Rawley explained that he was the bigger star to Bruce, and he showed no regret in front of Zack Ryder. It was pretty simple, basic line. Soon after that, Carmelo, Lana, and Tamina tried to persuade Daniel Bryan to give them a title match. The Riot Squad demanded better treatment from the general manager as well. Bryan announced all 6 women will surround the ring during Flair versus Natalia and Lumberjack match. That's fine. Simply just fine. Ruby was fine. Bryan was fine. The other 5. My God, I'm just going to be nuts here. WWE tried to cram a number of stories into the show. There were quick segments. Mojo seemed fine as a heel, but there was little to dissect a little bit. But he only had a handful of lines. The true test will be what he looks like trained verbal shots with a photo line in the ring, but right now it was fine. On the other hand, the Riot Squad and Wrestle Women's Division Show Lumberjacks isn't ideal use for anyone. But at least it puts the Riot Squad in a prominent spot on the pay-per-view. That's fine. The promo though, it was NXT season 3 bad. With all them talking over one another.
Yeah.
Mine's Ruby, Bryan live a little bit. But the rest, my God. But whatever. At least it puts all of them on the Clash of Champions. The Riot Squad. And those creatives obviously multiply with so many personalities living around the ring. Most of the personalities coming from the Riot Squad around the ring. The other 3 have it's a Carmella and Lana's body.
Yes.
That's the personality there. Well, I'm not going to, no offense to Tamina, I'm not going to say she has a personality. So.
We never met her, so she's not a friend of the show either.
No, Lana is.
Lana is, yes.
She's the only one.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, backstage promos. Mojo's was good.
Mojo's friend of you. You liked your tweet before.
Yeah. He has liked my tweet before, in fact. Even though I don't think it was about him.
Yeah, it was, remember? You kind of insulted him.
I kind of
more impressed with him.
Yeah.
It was on the Hell in a Cell kickoff.
I said
he has improved a lot.
I said he improved.
Apparently you took that as a compliment.
Yeah.
A big-time compliment, but
yes. And you retweeted it.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, Carmella was sort of almost the same thing, too.
Yeah, you kind of...
It was the same night.
Yeah, you kind of insulted her.
I kind of, said they both improved, yeah.
Yeah, insulted how they weren't as good before everybody else. But yeah. They both hit touchdowns.
Well, for Mojo, I thought he was good. The promo, I thought he came off as an arrogant prick, thinking he's the bigger star. The woman's one,
at least we got called back to Dr. Shelby.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan just screaming out, or stop! Daniel Bryan was Dr. Shelby.
Yeah, about a quarter of the promo was good. Bryan, Ruby was good.
Liv,
I'll push Liv and said she was fine. The rest were a total dumpster fire.
yeah.
I don't think they should have Sarah.
Well, I'm trying to figure out why they gave Sarah this gimmick. They just so much to sign.
I think the more she talks in the mic, the more
It's gonna
Vince
hurt.
and Kevin Dunn are.
Or you want her?
What is she doing on her TV? She's gone.
Yeah. She should miss the sign. Yeah.
Yes.
Up next, the Bludgeon Brothers versus Adam James and Josh Carr. The Bludgeon Brothers ran out of jobbers. They toyed with them a bit before driving Adam James and Camus to finish. The announcers point out how dominant and fearsome they are. The squad's for idea. These kind of beatdowns aren't exactly thrilling, but they help create order for Banshee. And it's smart not to run for all the legit competition around. Right? So far, the Bludgeon Brothers reboot has been a hit. The two bruisers look for Vive. The tag team division has a powerhouse of their own.
Yeah, they look pretty good, and eventually I do want to see them start competing for the tag team titles.
Up next, Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode. Backstage, Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler bickered about their upcoming United States Championship match.
And there's a lot of math involved.
Right,
like Scott Steiner would probably approve of this promo.
Yes.
About how much math was involved.
The show of the silent commentary as Corbin and Roode collide. The U.S. title holder panel Roode were in his. Ziggler stepped in during action and laid out both competitors.
Like Bobby Roode knows he's not going to beat Dolph Ziggler and he's not even going to try.
Mm-hmm. Kayfabe-wise, Dolph's inclusion to the title match is possible.
Yes.
After this match, I see why Dolph's inclusion is in the matchup.
In real life, yes.
Roode pushed past him during the feud with Kayfabe, so that should be over now. Ziggler has a 1-up down to late turn chance opportunity either, but for a better match, definitely. Roode Corbin's shoes has no legs as of yet. The mean a little to change that. There's no story between the moment. WWE has a little time to wrestle 1 week. To wrestle one out before Clash of Champions.
Yeah, I see why Dolph is added to it. I don't think Corbin can go well with Bobby Roode's pace.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby's a slower guy. He has a bit more of an old school style. He's at a slower pace. I don't think that mixes well with Baron Corbin. I think Baron Corbin needs a smaller guy. A smaller, quicker guy he can actually work with.
Up next, Charlotte Flair versus Tamina. The Italian line looked off from ringside as the bout unfolded. Tamina's power hurt her advantage over Flair. She kept the clean ground in a slow-paced match. A super kick shifted things Flair's way, and the champ was quickly able to clamp on the figure eight. The ring area soon grew crowds as the Riot Squad arrived. Tamina went her Sarah Logan as everyone else tried to calm the situation down. And Charlotte and Tamina's chemistry was kind of there. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was kind of poor, too, sometimes.
Yeah, it was a match.
Tamina didn't offer much. The aftermath was the more trust part equation. Although Liv Morgan and Logan's wife work was below par here. Natalia and Ruby were fine. The group came across as a big deal and this time around, the group did come across as a big deal.
Yeah.
And treated to be reckoned with. So they made up for that backstage thing. They are sort of a major X factors they tell about. Their presence will make the latest Natalia Flair clash something fresh.
I will say this about the Riot Squad. They see, just by what they have them do in their actions in a promo, where they more or less try to stand face to face with you. There were 3 women around rings. Well, there were 4 women counting Lana, but there were 3 actual threats around ringside. And each member of the Riot Squad took a woman to stand right in front of, go face to face with. That actually see more as being legitimately more tougher. That you're only stand face to face and not just surround people when you have the numbers.
I hate comparing the same storylines, but my God.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, like they viewed them similar.
Yeah,
and each
3 women, roughly
similar,
roughly same type.
The leader is the hot gothic chick, who's the best in the ring.
There's a hot blonde.
The hot blonde that doesn't offer much on one side,
except for Hungry Eyes,
and one that doesn't. We don't know her ceiling yet on the other side, and then the 2 beige chicks with one that was finally hitting her stride in NXT, but got called up way too early. And one that we didn't see enough of in NXT, but we know could go in the ring.
Yeah.
It has a character her potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So technically, God compared them.
Yeah.
As a group, the Riot and the Absolution have the best week.
I think you could probably just stop at you have to compare them. The fact that the same week, a 3-woman stable comes up on both shows. Yeah, I think you would automatically wait, this is what they just did.
The only difference I guess I could say is Absolution is more strategic as book guys.
Yes.
Whereas Riot Squad literally just causes I have nothing here, so it's a big pun of Riot where they go.
Yeah.
They're just going to start trouble. That is literally the only difference.
I would say like I said last week with the Riot Squad, I would say they're the stronger group because it seems more like
a unit.
More like a unit, but there's also more of show, don't tell.
Right, yeah.
Like if you want to put up a strong opposition, they're going one-on-one, face-to-face this week. Last few weeks, they've showed them beating down women. Mm-hmm. They pretty much killed Naomi and Becky.
Naomi will be back as a lumberjack.
Yes. Yeah, the last couple of weeks.
She's come back.
Yeah, they pretty much destroyed them and put them out of action.
They destroyed the faithful in my Charlotte.
Yeah, in Absolution the week before, they just showed that Mickey and Bailey were just on the ground.
But they didn't do nothing. We didn't see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Show, don't tell. It's more effective.
This week was a little bit more better. Was probably Absolution's best week.
Yes.
So far. And main event, Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. Zayn and KO tried to bang their way out of submission, but to no avail. I always watched the match. Ringside handcuffed to the bottom rope. Orton stalks Zayn in the ring and barracks him with no mercy. The Viper grew distracted by KO's barking. Opened the door for Zayn to make a comeback. The heel tried to use the bull colors for his friend at field. Owens was able to bring himself through the tools, however. Interference from Owens was enough to keep Orton down. He rolled up Zayn for the win. Sami Zayn loses to Randy Orton. Not surprising. Still a roll up. That's
surprising.
KO and Zayn sold him in her bell.
Well, he's going to get arcade twice here, so.
KO and Zayn sold him in her bell. That is until Shinsuke Nakamura arrived. The former FC champ cleared the scoundrels from the ring. McMahon revealed that he would be the guest referee during Owens and Zayn rematch, and if the heels lose, they will be fired from the company. They won the mystery. It looked obviously Nakamura from the Jordan Order class champions. They wait to reveal that. Kind of glad they didn't either, because you probably got people thinking it was going to be Batista. And if you wait until next Sunday. So.
Exactly, yeah.
So it was smart there. While the pay-per-view time has just sound like standard TV fear, or I'm saying it happened last month or 2 months ago. The additional simulations that do make it significantly more interesting, more important. The handcuff angle is a fun addition to the main event and allowing Zayn to look crafty as he once again figure out how to circumvent the rules. It's odd that it didn't result in victory, however, but whatever. Yeah. Same already has a winner.
Yeah, that's true. The match was fine. It was good for what it was. Would I say it was the best match?
On SmackDown.
On SmackDown, definitely. Weak, no. I'm almost starting to get a little tired of Shane being involved in pay-per-view matches every month now. Though. I know you talked about it this morning, but I actually really do agree with that. Yeah.
I'm not complaining that you're coming pay-per-view. When I'm right. What can I say?
Well, no, you looked over there and you're like,
yes.
Well, anyway, I'm starting to get tired of Shane.
I don't blame you. I will agree with you too.
I'm starting to get tired of Shane coming in every month for a pay-per-view match. It's almost not as special.
No, because this is
as it was. Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Pretty much everyone
4.
since Survivor Series.
Yeah.
I mean, SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam Hell in a Cell. He wasn't involved with numbers. He started that he would be involved with. That's 4 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
This one will make sense. If he wasn't part of the Survivor Series, he probably wouldn't be as big. If he was on the Survivor Series team,
in all fairness, he probably shouldn't have been.
Survivor Series,
yeah, they probably. The fall should probably kept him out with an injury for like a month.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I will say though, in this case, in their defense, since they already did this match on TV, the stipulation here does make it more interesting.
Yeah.
In that case, I will say that.
Because didn't they already have a match?
Yeah, I think it was
Nakamura.
Before Survivor Series. Yeah.
Zayn, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I said I think it's standard TV fare, but the stipulations of them being fired and the change of ref do make it a little more interesting. Yeah. Here's where overbooking will work.
Yes.
Yeah. Not
overworking, meaning Brian somehow saves Owen.
Zayn without.
I'm not saying he flat out turns on Shane.
But he's behind their tails, obviously, because the way he looked at Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm going to ask something new.
Okay.
We're going to give people a sight for this show next week.
This may get a little scary. Just take the journey with us.
I'm just going to read what the previews are for Raw Smackdown next week.
Okay, it's not that scary.
For Raw, who is Raw's true monster? After weeks of back and forth, we're tied. Braun Strowman will once again be taking over. The Shield battle, the Barn Smoke Jones, 3 singles matches. Triangle Star match, but what? Fortunately, the House of Justice will each have opportunity to square off. Live and Raw will be Intercontinental Champion Roman Reigns versus Cesaro, Ambrose versus Joe, and Rollins versus Sheamus. Who will challenge Enzo? We have Drew Gulak versus Rich Swann. And they're also advertising Absolution moves in on Asuka. Calm down, man.
Calm down, man. Calm down, hungry eyes.
All they have there is virtually the entire Rolls Royce division felt the reign of Absolution over 2 weeks in a row. Paige, Mandy Rose starting to develop a time to intimidate but not attack on the Asuka. It seems like only a matter of time for the triggers or hands on Ambrose tomorrow, vice versa. Well, Asuka absolutely finally collide Cleveland and Bray Wyatt faces deletion at the hands of Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's officially woken and bewildering back and forth exchange with Bray Wyatt on Raw. Matt Hardy sends the world, aka apparently the consumer terrestrial entities, as Matt called him, to deletion. As dangerous as sex analyzed, the veteran superstar specifying a new mindset. Wyatt let's bring something altogether different Matt Hardy than the way he faced last one Raw. The Great War could very well be upon us. Literally, they put that.
He's been marked for deletion.
I wonder if the Great War is something of their version of final deletion.
It might be, yeah.
And for SmackDown, all their enterprise is Nakamura's clash with Kevin Owens is Tuesday on SmackDown.
Okay. I didn't know that one yet.
Yeah, and AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal come face to face this Tuesday. So.
Probably a contract signing.
Patience with this like picture holding that older championship. And I don't know what I did for another appropriation. And
well, you know what her and Brad Maddox did with the NXT title.
Really? Tell me more. I did not know this.
I'm not gonna take this YouTube channel away for talking about this.
Okay.
If you don't know, go Google it.
Botch of the week.
Botch of the week.
For me, the booking of Finn. So what he's told himself earlier. I still good the use of Finn. For the second hit of 2017, I'm sorry.
As the only thing I can think of, I can really actually think of negatively towards either show this week, I guess I would actually have to agree with you.
That's okay. Break my stick on.
Yeah, it was actually a fairly solid week. It would literally be the booking of Finn,
right,
or the woman's promo on SmackDown. Since Finn is a much bigger deal, and the booking of him is a much bigger deal than just one promo for the SmackDown women. I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna have to go with Finn.
That's okay, we agree, man. We normally don't.
Yeah, that's true. Look, we're agreeing now.
Yes. Show the week.
I got mine.
I got mine.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Raw. For the first time in a while.
Yeah, 9 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
It literally came down to the wrestling for me.
Yeah.
But that's literally it. I thought their matches were a little stronger than SmackDown's.
Yeah, Raw.
SmackDown's missing like one strong match.
Yeah.
Bobby and Corbin restart.
Yeah, it didn't feel as strong of an episode as SmackDown usually is for me. And Raw may have actually pulled out one of the top 20 episodes this year. Well, probably the top 10 episodes this year for Raw.
Right.
I felt like more things happened that were of a bit more substance. SmackDown, it felt like less of a quality over the last few weeks than in the last few weeks.
Up next, to Fight Live. Enzo Moore's shareholder of the entire Cruiserweight division continues the title each next week. But he missed Tuesday's show due to all commitments with the Raw roster to select Drew Gulak in charge of the Zone train for the time being. And didn't take long for Pursuit Power React, as I said. The king of PowerPoint presentations wanted the regular face respond to save his tell shot on more in the future. This new stable is a strange combination of different personalities, but somehow hasn't been worked. And even if it started, we tend to make it more seem dangerous. The Zone train has the potential to provide a lot of entertainment. On the show, Noam Dar versus Cedric Alexander. Gulak over the show first on a promo told about being in charge of the Zone train. The crowd gave him some limelight heat, which is a bit odd. I heard some positive responses over recently. He was supposed to face Cedric Alexander, but he used his position of fake power to make a substitution. And had Noam Dar fight his way. Dar and Alexander had an extended feud along with Alicia Fox, so these two have more history between them than most people in the live roster.
Alicia Fox.
As stated, this was a 10 match with some more hand of offensive recoveries. Alexander had his highs and lows, but Dar never seemed like the underdog. Gulak discouraged Dar from jumble at the top rope. He had the advantage, just allowed Alexander to capitalize on the lumbar choke. The score win. People start bringing PowerPoint signs to WWE shows.
He actually has a PowerPoint shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. If you didn't leave Alicia Little like Gulak saying Drew to imitate Train, you have no soul.
You don't laugh at Gulak at least once or twice per week. You have no soul.
Gulak provides some good commentary during this match. He could be a great heel announcer if he ever gives up wrestling.
Yeah.
And Cedric should pull double duty and put some time in NXT.
Yeah.
Because he could be also NXT champion, have some great matches with the likes of Johnny Gargano, Drew McIntyre, Ciampa, and others.
Yeah. Yeah, the match was fine for me. It was more or less of paying attention to Drew Gulak, which was entertaining. And him even forcing upon the Zo train his ideals of a no-fly zone, which is pretty funny that he ends up costing one of his guys the match because of it. But yeah, he's found himself to be very entertaining. And it's one of the weird things I look forward to every week of him and Enzo interacting. Because for some reason just like they're a comedy duo. They're gold. They're probably better than the Enzo and Cass, to be honest.
Yeah, and I also forgot to mention Enzo overall has a new storyline bonded with friends of the show, Nia Jax.
Yes.
Who told him, who saw that and said,
How you doing?
Up next, the Brian Kendrick versus Grand Metal League. The second match didn't feature Brian Kendrick and men. We also know enough of Grand Metal League. Jack Gallagher was our ringside support his friend, so naturally had to give us the plate. The Brit pulled the towel at the ropes while the ref had his back there and gave 10 round for advantage. The luchador attempts on the fight for a few more minutes, and he eventually succumbs to the captain's submission to Kendrick victory. The Wizard of Odd is a little light for being the champion. He was 1 year ago, but he's still a valuable member of the roster. WWE advertised essential tour days before this match for the 205 Live roster. Hope it is a sign of companies consider making the Cruiserweight division's only neat brand. Like Raw NXT, maybe?
Yeah, let's hope, because maybe it gets a bit more focus, and maybe it's its own like writing staff of like 2 or 3 people to come up with stuff for the Cruiserweights. So hopefully in the long term it actually does end up helping, and it doesn't sell out like a third of the arena.
Yeah. Metal Leagues are so much better than being booked once every other month. You could be still in the show every week. Metal League also reminds me a bit like the Parkin. Because he's a lot bigger than most of the luchadors.
Yeah.
But he can perform all the high-flying moves of these. And the Suicide Dive Melody hit Gallagher looked vicious.
Mm-hmm.
But the jumping her around over the barricade was amazing.
Yeah. Metal Lee should definitely get more opportunities. He's one of the few cruiserweights that's allowed to lead the speed. To add some more exciting, explosive offense, I think is what the cruiserweights actually need. When past fans think of the cruiserweights, it's what they saw in WCW. It's what they saw in Ray, what they saw in Eddie, what they saw in Jericho. But all that great talent and all that exciting offense and great matches, I think is what everyone's looking for in the cruiserweights.
Yes.
Do I think they can do it? Yeah. I think they do have talent. All the guys they do have are talented, minus them in the ring. So I think they can pull out excellent matches. I think they just have to be willing to let them actually do all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And the main event, Tony Nese versus Raswan. Final match of the week, so Raswan take on non-member of Zoe Train and Tony Nese. Since Gulak coming to the ring, Alexander sat in Swan's corner to keep things even. The biggest problem facing the cruiserweight division right now is repetitiveness. Swan and Nese have been in the ring together many times, so the other match will go before start. Nese focused on using strength remains, and Swan tried to use the speed and agility to the premier athlete. Off balance, the Swan will be competing in a title match on Monday. Will be competing for a title match on Monday. He was guaranteed to win a bout to build up some momentum. The Hideo Tommy video packages get better.
Yeah.
They are one before the match. It's too bad Fields was coming from making it to the main roster sooner. This match is something about like 5 more minutes. Everything felt a bit too rushed. And Kulak uses microphone after the match to signal Dorian hard to margin and needs to ringside their match is over before they can do anything characters down to stop the Ali. Up to even us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the match was fine. Like Jay said, it probably could use a few more minutes for Nese and Swan. But other than that, it was fine. And the episode, again, and the episode was as well fine.
NXT 1 Rivalry came to an end on Wednesday, and 2 superstars up to the future of potential championship opportunity on the December 6th episode of NXT. Ruby Ryan and Sonny Deville brought their week-long rivalry to a conclusion in a Heat and a Holds Bar match. It was Johnny Gargano and Cassius Ohno that fans believe in that this seems legit, as they beat the overall the hell out of each other in an intensely credible event. Will be Johnny wrestling on NXT resident knockout match to advance the outcome fail 4-way. No one's contender match, and will Killing Dane or Trent Seven join them. Kicking off the festivities was new NXT champion Andrade Cien set a tone for a celebrating with a championship celebration. Andrade Cien celebration party on the heels of a monumental NXT championship victory of Drew McIntyre. At Taker War Games, Andrade Cien in the ring for a grand celebration. Coming to his first circle by business associate Zelina Vega. Vega took the microphone and wasted a little time playing Allen's feet over. The champion responded as so many times the universe and Vega detractors. I told you so. Defense versus primarily in Spanish. I thought it was excellent. Short, sweet, to the point. This is exactly what needed to be. Vega, the heel for the counter champion, hit the right nose as she addressed them. NXT fans. Then for Almas, casually angrily reiterated that he told the fans so it was a nice touch by Superstar thriving after a year of losing. A solid, a little spectacular maybe segment that did what it would sell to do though.
Yeah. It was great for what it was. Zelina's still that great mouthpiece for him. Him speaking in Spanish, bragging about it, and enjoying the fact that I actually did like. Maybe it went on a little too long, but I felt that him as that character needed that. As I'm going to take as much time as I want to and gloat over you guys. So I actually did really like this segment.
And in the up next, Killing Dane versus Trent Seven. Killing Dane impressively was shown Taylor War Games. It had to be considered a favorite to win the entire tournament. The tournament elements next goal counter remains. No evil battle, United Kingdoms Trent Seven. Dane controlled the majority of the match and found himself unable to put the Resilient 7 away. The end door required chops and DT and the International Stars trademark lariat clothesline 7-star lariat. The big man shook gold though and delivered a big run sent out for victory. Dane's a monster competitor and continues to give Barrow very past opportunity to shine. On the surface, his actually 7 is hardly what one would soul inspiring, but it was a fun physical war to put Dane over strongly shot.
It was a good match for what it was. It was supposed to get Dane over as a monster and advance through the tournament, which she did.
Ruby Riott versus Sonya Deville. The rivalry between Ruby Riott and Sonya Deville predated their main roster call-ups, and Wednesday night came to an end in a no-holds-barred match. Deville demonstrated how advanced her back games becomes in the debut, utilized a mat-based submission game to keep her more experienced opponent grounded, and more importantly, allowed her to target at the previously delayed. This factored into the match early. Riott mounted firing comebacks, ultimate defense with Trap and triangle choke. Refusing to give up, she faded into motionlessness as Deville was declared victor. I guess this was their way saying the World Brand case prize, so that was Smackdown in this case.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sonya was wearing Smackdown colors. Deville put up a victory over Riott, despite being a heel in this instance. Deville looked great here and was actually treated like a star, which she has the potential to be. Her submission work actually sets her apart from all female competitors in the world, besides Asuka. And SmackDown Live, and on SmackDown, there's like no submission arcs anymore. Yeah. So we'll play Hero Lice that she achieves on her bright lice. And
Italian.
She's not really a submission, also. What do I think about it? She's more like that.
Yeah.
She really just relies on sharpshooter and sometimes a surfboard.
Yeah.
Riott's such a good babyface that she really tries to see how she feels as a heel. That's usually nice.
Yeah, the match was good. I thought Sonya again has been impressive in NXT for what she's been doing. I like the fact that it did get her a bit more over than Ruby. That's just because I think she needs it more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not we think less of Ruby Riott. No, Sonya actually needs it. She's supposed to be the tough MMA chick running around on Raw. And I guess having her submit Ruby can do that for her.
And the main event, John Gargano versus Cassius. Two of those popular superstars actually scored off in Wednesday night's main event as John Gargano and Cassius both for the right to advance to the Fatal 4 match to determine the next level contender. The crowd was right hot for the main event, chant for the superstar. Gargano's reaction is particularly impressive as the former tag champion continues to connect with the audience. Ono, the larger of the two competitors, seized control of the match and worked his small opponent for its majority. Their strikes were incredibly stiff.
Yeah.
The superstars always had the opportunity to lay into each other in particularly effective spot. Ono led for Gargano's attempt to choice strikes with him and then answered with a senton. The drama escalated when every near full fans came unglued on more than one occasion. In the end, Gargano trapped his opponent to Gargano escape and scored a tap-out victory advancing to the upcoming normal contender match. Gargano's story has been one of the most engrossing in all NXT. The four tag champion with Tommaso Ciampa has struggled to find stable success in splitting with the solid psychopath, including several high-profile losses to current NXT champion Andrade Almas. This victory over Ono signifies the reversal of fortunes and catapults Gargano in championship contention. The place of down period will be reality just a month ago. A stiff hard-hitting match that was as brutal as it was emotional. It was a fantastic way to catapult this week's show to change the taste of what they can expect going forward.
I'm going to say overall match of the week. It was definitely the best match in the show and definitely the best match of the week. Gargano is just that great underdog. Maybe even at the level of how Wright was, or you're always going to back him no matter what. It's weird how he has that, but it's true.
Mm-hmm.
And him and Cassius, I don't know. With Cassius being a larger guy, it really helps drive that point home. It was a stiff match. It was fast paced, and I loved it.
And next week on NXT, which will be on the USA Network on Wednesday. I'm not sure. I guess it's on WWE Network too. The USA Network.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe that's why it's coming on at 7 o'clock on the USA Network, because 8 o'clock would be on the network.
Yeah.
On the live stream.
Yeah.
So that was the computer itself. That was part of what I expect from earlier. Ember Moon versus Peyton Royce. And I'm not sure Ember might lose her first match.
Probably not.
And the main event, I fixed the event anyway. Fatal 4 qualifier. Aleister Black versus Adam.
Yeah, it's another really good main event for NXT.
And I'll do it for the spot.
Yes.
The next part of the podcast. And
You might need your glasses if you're up that close to the screen.
And next will be our Survivor Series 2016 review.
Yes. See you then.